as a project, if you like, that went so smoothly. I was so pleased.
Demanding tasks, or the tasks that we demand, it's much quicker in iSAMS.
Working with one of the business analysts there, we've been able to very quickly turn that round, and they've built that into the product, and that's been absolutely amazing. So I'm Kevin Roger. I am the IT Systems and Data Manager at St George's School in Edinburgh.
I am the Deputy Head of Academic Operations at Glasgow Academy. I've been here for 20 years in various different roles. I look after the academic requirements of the school, including staffing, timetabling, and all that goes with that.
I'm Annie Paul, and I'm the Director of IT and Data Manager at Strathallan School in Perthshire.
We used a previous MIS and it wasn't quite doing what we needed. It got really buggy, it wasn't allowing us to do the reporting that we wanted to do, it wasn't allowing us to track well-being as well as we wanted, and therefore we had lots of bolt-on systems, different bits and pieces that we were using from different providers to do lots of different things. So we started looking around the marketplace to find something that fitted our needs and was also in the cloud as opposed to hosted on site for us.
We've been using iSAMS now for about 5 years. We took the decision to go back in December 2019 and then did most of the migration from home, to be honest with you.
The migration process to iSAMS was smooth in the end, but the bit that went before it was very time consuming and required lots of planning and was really down to our database administrator in-house to get our data ready from our previous system, to clean it all up and to make sure it was compliant with the iSAMS model. And then we worked very closely with iSAMS to migrate a test set of data, and then before we did the final migration and then went live.
It was a good experience. We took our time doing the kind of data cleanse, and yeah, we're quite happy with what we've got.
So I came to the school I currently work in 3.5 years ago and inherited an iSAMS system that had been established, I think, for a good 10 years before that. It was very well embedded in most areas of the day-to-day admin, curricular, all that kind of thing. So from the point of view of having to set it up, I really only had to deal with any of the newer modules or whatever, or maybe fine-tuning some of the older stuff. The handover to me was pretty thorough when I arrived, so I was able to get up and running really quickly and use the system. It was very easy, very intuitive.
While iSAMS is a worldwide product, there are bits of it that are specific to Scotland, both in terms of the individual components, and we can tailor it to suit us as a Scottish independent school. So the exams manager, for example, we have tailored to work with the Scottish exam system. Wellbeing manager is the same, and some of the census data that's collected is specific to a Scottish school.
So one of my favourite features is the ability to pull data out and build reports, to pull all that information together to give to management, to look at things like student attainment, tracking, to look at attendance information, and to pull that all together into one document.
The ability to pull out information, particularly snapshot type of information, for various different areas of the school, be that the headmaster wanting an overview of the academics, or for our marketing team to see admissions trends, all of that in one place, that's quite exciting as a sort of data manager, as a data person.
The user experience in moving to iSAMS was a really important aspect of picking iSAMS in the first place. So the experience for our teachers who are using it every day as an administrative tool, we wanted to minimise the time that they were spending logging on, so the accessibility of iSAMS is key for us. We have sports coaches that use it off-site, we have people that use it on different devices in school, so that was important to us. The speed of being able to do the demanding tasks, or the tasks that we demand of people every day in terms of registration, it's much quicker in iSAMS.
We recently migrated from an on-premise hosted iSAMS to the cloud, and as a project, if you like, that went so smoothly. I was so pleased. Communication from the team was excellent. Projected time was met and surpassed. They had it finished way ahead of when it was supposed to be, and bar a few minor sort of tidying up elements afterwards, it went really smoothly. I was really pleased.
We've had support both in the transition to iSAMS and ongoing support with lots of different things, whether that's things that we want to do as a school. So their online support tends to be pretty helpful. It sometimes takes a little bit of time to get to the right person, but when it gets to the right person in the development team, they're very much on board with supporting us, listening to our ideas and seeing if they can help, sometimes in our unique situation in Scotland.
iSAMS are quite open to listening to our concerns, but also things that we think are going well. And over the last few years, it's been apparent that the company are keen to improve how they deal with their customers. Particularly being up in Scotland, where our examination needs are slightly different, they have been very, very quick to respond to our request to look at how we handle students who get alternative assessment arrangements. And working with one of the business analysts there, we've been able to very quickly turn that around, and they've built that into the product, and that's been absolutely amazing.
We have a relatively small community of iSAMS schools in Scotland, and we come together regularly to share ideas, share our best practice, talk about our challenges, and iSAMS are very involved in that process and willing to listen to the things that sometimes are unique to us as a user group, and evolve with us in terms of our educational needs.
If you're thinking about moving to iSAMS, I think you're making the right choice.
I've had experience of quite a few management information systems for schools over the years. I've worked in schools for over a couple of decades now, and whilst it may not be the full product for absolutely everything for everyone, it certainly covers a lot of the bases and would get you what you need for day-to-day running of your school.
If you're considering switching your MIS product, then research is key.
We took our time to carefully plan out what we wanted, what we hoped to achieve.
Go out and explore the marketplace, go and ask other schools, come and visit. Our door's always open. I can show you all that I know about iSAMS. I don't know all of it, but and speak to other schools that are in a similar context to you.
But think about what it is that you're looking to get out of the system. Get the individual stakeholders within the school involved.
And really engage with the product team. Certainly at iSAMS, we've had a great experience of being able to say, well, we want to do this, can you do it? Well, often yes is the answer, but there's a process to that, and whether that happens in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, they're always very clear on that timescale and timeline as to when that may be achieved.